Hi, everybody. I hope everybody has had a fantastic day here. Fantastic Wednesday. Hard to believe that we're already to Wednesday. I mean, it's time. I say this every week. Time is just absolutely just flying by. I mean, it is crazy how fast things are just going by. And we're already to graduation, man. Graduation is what, tomorrow night? Is that right? Yep. I think it starts tomorrow night, and then I think tomorrow and Friday. So yes, it is. Time is flying by. The summer is here. Kids are out for school for the summer here, and we're getting ready to be out. And I was just thinking about it the other day. I was doing some math here. I was looking, and so I like to look ahead to kind of look. I'm not a huge fan of the summer here. The summer here, I mean, I'm okay with a lot of the warm weather we get here. I like the weather we're having right now, but what we're in store for, that's not a fan of. It's just too hot, and more than anything, it's just too expensive, man. I mean, my electric bill is higher, my water bill is higher. It's just expensive. So it looks like Memorial Day is what next Monday. So that's less than a week from now. My stepson Jordan's been in Djibouti, Africa, been over there serving, and he left in like around February. We hadn't seen him since February, and he'll be back less than 2 weeks from now. So we're excited about that. Juneteenth is less than a month from now. July the 4th, Independence Day is less than 2 months. Isn't that crazy? Less than 2 months now, about a month and a half before. Maybe the Stars will close it out tonight then. Month and a half before July the 4th, which is on a Friday this year. So then you go through here. So that's that's about a month and a half. Then you go, today is the 21st. So just beyond 2 months from now, we'll be into August, and that's kind of the start. Late July, early August is kind of the start of football. We start seeing NFL training camps, colleges start practicing, and high schools start practicing. So we're actually a little bit more than 2 months away from that. And then you're somewhere in the neighborhood of just a little bit more than 3 months away from having actual college and NFL and high school football games. Actually, less than 3 months from May, June, July, August. Well, you're about 3 months away from having high school football games. So see, things are going by quickly. And then we'll be, next thing you know, it will be to Halloween, and then or Halloween, as people call it. I've always called it Halloween. And then you're, not too much longer after that, you're to Thanksgiving and Christmas. So time just flies by, man. It really does. It really does. And I'm not ready for summer either. It just always comes too quickly. It's almost like we just fly through the cool season, and then we get to the summer season, and things just goes slows down. We as a meteorologist, in Wichita Falls, Texas, and the thank you, Carol, in the in this part of the country is known as Tornado Alley. We always I got music in the background or something? What music is playing? I didn't know he had music in the background. That's weird. I didn't know we had music here on this. I can't hear anything, so I don't know. Let me see. Let me hear. Put my headphones in. Maybe I can hear it. See. I don't hear anything. I don't hear any music. No, it seems like we don't ever have much of a winter. We had that one year we had all that cold weather, but I'm fine by, because there again, it's really expensive. It's more expensive to me when it's cold than it is when it's hot out. I mean, summer is pretty expensive, but the winter is really expensive. So, but anyway, as a meteorologist in Tornado Alley, we focus the entire year getting ready for severe weather season, and so we don't, severe weather season usually comes and goes without just a whole lot. I know it seemed like it was super active, but it really wasn't that active. We had a couple of storms. We had a lot of heavy rain in April. We had a couple severe weather events then. We've had, a couple in May, but not really too many though. It's been a crazy, just a very, very active severe weather season over into Kentucky and the Midwest in that area, but we just really haven't had a whole lot. Last year it was active in this region, but in this part of the country, it wasn't that active. Matter of fact, I can't really remember a year where we just had just a really horrific severe weather season here. It's usually west, north, south, east of us here. So yeah. But anyway, the time just flies by very, very quickly. Now, with that said, we will have some chances for some storms tomorrow, but what we're looking at tomorrow is kind of low end, what I consider low end severe weather stuff. It's confined mostly to hail and high winds. There is a scenario where you could get a tornado with what we call boundary interactions. It's called mesoscale accidents. The chances for that are very low, but I mean, you can't rule that out along some of these little outflow boundaries and whatnot. Usually that doesn't happen, but we'll see what happens. I don't think that the tornado threat tomorrow is anything to be, anything that's significant. That's for sure. Mostly a hail and wind, and then we'll kind of see off and on that similar stuff into the weekend. The upper level wind pattern might be a little more favorable for slightly more significant severe weather up in like central and northern Oklahoma, but not as much down here. So. A lot of what we tend to see in the month of June is weaker flow aloft, and we get a lot of these thunderstorm complexes, and that's kind of the way the weather pattern looks as we head towards the end of May and into early June. I don't see any signs of just super hot temperatures, but it's coming. Usually once we get beyond June the 15th, it gets super hot here. So that's usually kind of the start of the hottest part of the year. We get June, mid-June, mid-July, and all of August. And now it seems like most of September these days. Used to, you could say about 15th of September, and it would start cooling off some. But that hadn't been the case in a while here. So this is not giving anybody any publicity, but I love these little drinks here, these little ice drinks here. So I drink them all the time. When my wife buys them for me, and I go through a whole case of them just like that, though, very, very fast. So, but that storm chance probably after 3 or 4 tomorrow. There's a front coming in from the north. It's gonna be a little more humid tomorrow, and we should see some storms developing along that front, especially south of the Red River. Hail is our main concern. Hail and some gusty winds. And then not big chances, but little smaller chances Friday and Saturday, maybe another decent chance around Sunday, Monday with a pretty good cold front. So they're really good carry, and they're sugar free, and they're fantastic. I drink them all the time. One thing I've been doing this year is I've been working to get my pool clean. We have that above ground pool, and every year it's always a fight. Yeah, I mean, it is a fight to keep the algae out of that thing because it's hard to keep the chemicals balanced. I'm hot, sorry. And, especially when it gets hot outside, the way the sun beats down on it, it's hard to keep those chemicals balanced. But I have sucked the algae. I've killed the algae in the pool several times, and the water is crystal clear, but in the bottom, all that algae falls to the bottom. So I've gone and, I've vacuumed the waste to start with, and then everything, got most of it out. Now I'm vacuuming to what's called filter, and it'll all be gone. Looks great. Next day I come back, it's all back in the pool. So I changed the sand in my filter, and I'm going to try once again tomorrow vacuuming it to waste, and maybe I can get rid of it once and for all. Though, yeah, they do come in all kind of flavors. They sure do. So, and it seems like that's right, Mark. It does go from 100 to it just gets hot. So, well, thank you, Alyssa Chavez. So I like there's like a blackberry one and a cherry limeade one that's good. It's called ice drinks. You can get them at Walmart or anywhere like that. They're ice. They're called ice, and they're just now this one is peach nectarine. It's pretty good. I like it, but it's my last one, so I'm out. My son Cape called me this morning about 9:30 and said, "Dad, will you go work out with me?" Well, I haven't been to the gym in about 2 or 3 months. I've been too busy doing other things. So I was like, all right, yeah, I'll go to the gym with you. So I go there, and let me tell you, today's the first day I think I've ever just really and truly just felt my age, man. I sat down, I tried to lift weights and stuff, and I just couldn't. It wasn't that I couldn't lift the weights. I had the strength easily. But man, I have pain, a big pain right here in my elbow. And I mean, it hurts really bad. And then I have another pain right in here. Okay. Right in there. So I'm trying to bench press, and I just it just was hurting so bad I could hardly, hardly push it up. So then we did some other exercises and whatnot, and then I pulled a muscle in my back right here. Now I'm hurting in my back. I've been hurting in my back for a while now. It feels like my back needs to pop all the time. So, and something else I've also learned as of late is started using this thing called Chat GPT. And let me tell you what, the Chat GPT is like carrying on a conversation with an expert. Only it's free. That's what it feels like. It feels like like a tennis elbow or tendonitis or something. It hurts really bad though. I wake up sometime in the middle of the night and just be throbbing. So yeah, I got a pain with my wife too. So I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm not. But anyway, but yeah, it's like between my shoulder blades, right there on my spine. It feels like there's bruises up and down my spine, in the middle of my back there. So I can pop it and it'll feel better for a little bit, but that's not it doesn't get rid of it. But it's been hurting a lot. But now I got to pull muscle down here. So my knees feel good. I feel pretty good, but my elbow hurts, my back hurts, and my forearm hurts now, and my shoulders hurt. So there you go. I'm old. So yeah, I try to get on X, and I understand that Grok is good. It's the X version of Chat GPT. But man, I have a hard, and I like Twitter. I like all of that stuff. But man, there's so many conspiracy theorists on there, and there's so many just a lot of just crap on there and garbage on there. So I can't even stand even watching. I can't even stand even going on there anymore. Honestly, it's just a bunch of waste and a bunch of just nothing that's I don't even like getting on there anymore because of all the crap that's on there. But so I stick to mostly like Facebook and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I know I need to eat. Actually, things that they're teaching us now is fat is actually good. Fat is good for you. If you think about all the mess we put in our bodies, we have a lot of mess we put in our bodies. That they say that a lot of these oils, different types of oils that you use are bad for you. And a lot of restaurants have started using talon is beef talon. But anyway, they say that's actually better. And if you ever done the keto diet, that's the kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff that that they say is better for you. So, yeah, I know. Actually, William, believe it or not, whenever I'm old now, but whenever I was younger, when I was 18, 19, 20, I was a bodybuilder. I used to lift weights. I used to get bench press 350 pounds. I think that's why I'm hurting so bad now. On the joints and stuff. But I used to would bulk up, and then I'd get ripped up, and I'd get up on stage in that little bikini brief or whatever, and I'd do all the posting and whatnot, all that stuff, posing and stuff. And it was fun. I enjoyed it. I hated the diet that you had to do. It was awful. I mean, it just sucked. You couldn't eat anything good. You couldn't drink any beer. It sucked. So I kind of I decided I didn't wanted to do that anymore. So well, they say the keto diet plugs up your arteries, but I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of good benefits. I mean, there are people that say that that's a good way to, of course, everybody has different opinions and different ideals and whatnot. But you're just eating. What you're doing is you're teaching your body to burn fat and not burn carbs. I guess what's called fat adapted, and it starts eating up the fat for your energy, and it you go into ketosis, and that ketosis will be you start with me. You feel, I've done it before. You'll feel terrible until you get used to it. But yeah, it could clog up your arteries, I guess, because you're eating a lot of fat. But I mean, you lose weight doing it, and a lot of diabetics have done well with that. So I don't know, but again, I'm not an expert on any of that stuff. But it is, all that stuff is interesting. So. And like I say, I'm definitely not an expert on any of that. So I eat terrible. So, dang, that's a lot of weight, Corey. 660 pounds. Whew. Most I ever did was like 405 on squats. I bench pressed 350 at one time, and but again, my joints, they're all shot now. It's really hard to do the keto diet because it's actually very expensive. There are a lot of different things that you can do to recipes you can come up with, but you can't like just go out to eat and expect to easily be able to go eat keto diet. It's really difficult because you can't go to the fast food and eat. There's just a lot of things that you just can't do. It can't eat. It makes it hard to do. But my wife came up with a lot of good recipes and stuff, and it was really good. We were able to do it for a while, but you're right, it's very difficult to live that and be sustained on that. Very, very difficult. So I'm good, Kate. Thank you very much. I'm good, Nathan, Nate Dog, Stormmaster Nate. What's up there, Greg from Mansfield, Texas? You know what? My grandma did the same thing, Mark. I mean, she cooked everything with lard, and it was the best food in the world, man. Fried chicken. Oh, it was so good. You're almost 100. I'm not almost 100. I'm 48. And I feel like I'm not old. So, Paul, I know you have. You're the master of these diets and these things. Paul did a juice cleanse. He was on it for a year where he drank nothing but juice. And then most recently, Paul, I think you did a all meat diet, or maybe you're still doing that. But yeah, Paul is the master of that stuff. Yeah, you guys had a lot of severe weather up your way, Nathan. We haven't had that much down here. A couple of events, but nothing major really. So, what's up, Brandon? Oh man, but I am tired tonight. Like I said, I feel my age tonight. I feel it. I told my wife before I came out to work, I was like, "Good job. Hopefully they close it out." I told her, I was like, I just really just want to go to bed. I'm tired. I'm literally tired tonight. So anyway, I am going to jump off because it's 9:50 and I got to get dressed. Come on, Kenny, give it to us straight. What do you need straight? Tell me what you need straight. But I'm about to jump off here in just a second. I feel like I am today, though. Like I said, I just hurt, man. I'm just hurt all over. I did go to the nutrition store and get some stuff that's supposed to help with the like natural vitamin stuff that's supposed to help with all the pain and stuff. So hopefully it'll help. But that's good. It takes a lot of discipline to do that, Paul. He's a carnivore for 6 months, just did a liver cleanse, no bread, no sugar, no caffeine. It takes a lot of discipline to be able to do that. It ain't, we got some storms coming in tomorrow. I'll talk about them here in a minute. I might have to go here in a second, but yeah, we've been talking about diet a lot tonight. And if you can do all that, like I say, Paul's the best at it. So Paul's a friend of mine. I've talked to him about this stuff before. So